Yeah, I said it. Heal yourself first before you date. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So I was freshly divorced, went out on a date with this nice Leo man. I'm talking about, he was like 47, well-mannered, came, picked me up, opened my door, you know what I'm saying, waited for me, pretty much pampered me hand and foot. So because I was still hurt and I was still damaged, I didn't understand what a good man was. So we get on the date and we're on the date, and I'm so used to being in relationships where we gotta eat on a budget, right?
So let me unpack a few things here, guys. So she's newly divorced. This guy takes her on a date. I'm assuming this is the first date the way she's describing it. He's opening the door for her, which is fine. She's saying pampering and all these things like that. And she's like, I was in this marriage or because of these relationships or whatever, and I was so used to dealing with basically broke men, if you will, or she's not used to being treated a certain type of way, which it is what it is. This is her narrating the story. Who knows what her husband or other guys that she's dealt with have said. But she's with this Leo man in his late 40s. I don't know. I'm assuming she's in her late 30s, early 40s maybe. Showing her, going out, showing her a good time. And really, the reason why I wanted to talk about this and react to it directly instead of letting the clip play first, because a lot of this stuff I want to unpack in terms of my opinion. A lot of women are still emotionally unavailable. Even women that you wouldn't think, and they say that they've healed, so on and so forth. Especially a woman that's fresh out of marriage, especially if she really wanted to hold on and it wasn't like she was pushing to get divorced. Either way, she still needs, jumping into another relationship is a recipe for disaster, especially you got kids, so on and so forth, and you dating a guy who's doing all of this on the first date. This is why you should never do this, guys. And as we watch this video, I know this is going to be pretty interesting, but it's almost unbelievable how she's saying it. Like she may be embellishing a few things, but this is why you just don't. A woman has to earn these things, guys. And for a man his age to be doing all of this and women are like, oh, it's sweet, so on and so forth. She has to earn it, man. You know what I'm saying? And she's like basically giving all of this up front. He's putting all his cards out there and she still has her mind somewhere else. And how do you not know? Because you're saying you just got divorced, you don't know what a good man is? I don't know. And that I think that is true. Women know what a good man is, in my opinion. They just don't want a good man. And let's hear what else you got to say, though.
So I'm looking at the menu, and I think he could see the puzzled looks on my face, and he was like, get whatever you want. And so as we're sitting there, he's intrigued with my life. He's asking me questions about my family and my kids and my business. And so damaged, hurt, still bitter me didn't know how to accept that this man was being genuine. So by the end of the night, the day goes on, end of the night continues, and the check comes, just to show how bad I have been in so many effed up relationships. It comes and he pays for it, and I see him leave a tip, and it's of a nice amount. And I'm like, all right.
Do y'all ladies really look at what a man's leaving for his tip if he's writing it down, or whether he's just putting down a lot of cash? I can see if he's putting down some cash, but you guys are really paying attention to these things. I've heard women say that. But one thing I wanted to say about what she just addressed, like she's looking at the menu. He took you to this place, you're looking at the menu, and you were in so many effed up relationships. How long were you married is the first question, and how many relationships were you in prior to that? And what type of man do you pick the same guy repeatedly? And I've said this to women in the past. I think women do have a comfort zone when it comes to men. And when they do come across a real man, sometimes they'll sabotage it. and they'll say things or they'll do things, and it'll create that narrative in their mind. It's like manifest destiny, so to speak. They'll do these things and basically run the guy off, and the guy is just like, this chick is crazy, and she'd be like, yeah, I know it's you. I'll just stick with the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the broke dudes because I'm not used to this. And not only is she not used to this, she didn't earn it. So you guys stop that. Stop taking these women out on dates, especially some stuff that she's describing where you're just like, get whatever you want. Stop doing that. She has to earn it.
Instead of me accepting the fact that I had a man in front of me, I look at him, and as I sip my glass, I uttered out the dumbest words that I could have ever uttered out. I sipped my juice and I laughed and I said, wow. I said, I hope you don't think this is going to get you nothing. He looks at me. He doesn't say a word. He finishes.
That's what I mean by sabotaging. You know what I'm saying? But he did all of this, and it may not have been a lot to him, but to her it was a lot. And he's still spending his time and money on her. And I hope you don't think you're going to get anything out of that. Do you think she would have said that to Pookie or Ray Ray, who took her for a 4 for 4? Do you think she would have said that to a guy who took her to a Wingstop? Do you think she would have said that to a guy who just took her to Burger King or McDonald's? She would have never said that. But this guy being a complete gentleman, and I'm not saying, guys, don't get me wrong, I'm not ever telling you to change who you are. If you're a gentleman, be a gentleman. If you're a good dude, positive, a good man, a good stand-up, solid dude, don't ever change that. But don't ever go to the point of spending your money and time on someone, especially if you don't have these conversations prior to. If you never had a conversation with her, you seem like he's getting to know her on this date. She was saying something about he was very intrigued by my conversation. Yeah, it's your job to ask. You're supposed to ask women questions. She's supposed to be doing 75% of the talking. So you need to figure out where her head is at, and depending on your approach, if you're looking for something serious or just running game, then you have to know how to disarm her in that effect, or be able to know that she's safe and secure with you. But this woman basically just slapped this dude in the face. I hope you're not getting anything. Did he say anything about that? Yeah.
Putting his little things away back in his wallet. He takes another sip of his drink. He gets up, he walks around, and he kissed me on my forehead. And he said, you need more time to heal yourself. He said, you have a good night.
This come right out of a fictional romantic novel, or a Tyler Perry movie, or specifically The Best Man. She sounds like she got this story directly off of The Best Man, the forehead kiss, if you guys know. You don't have to go off on a woman, but a forehead kiss is definitely not deserving. This is not a child. This is not a child. This is an older woman. And if she, obviously we know we talk about therapy and all these things like that. But this is an older woman. And for her to just, and how she said she was sipping from her glass, and I hope you're not getting nothing. And then again, maybe he should have just said something. He should have kept it player and said something suave. Could have kept it player and said something back to her and just been like, when she said, I hope you don't think you're getting anything. And I would have been like, why not? Why is that, beloved? Why am I not getting anything? And see what she says. Instead of that, but this is, you keep it player, you keep it funny or whatever. You break the tension for her trying to do that, because depending on how she said it, and I think she might have said it in a joking way. So you just have to respond with that same energy to her. But I wasn't there. She's just narrating the story here.
And he walks out. So in my mind, I'm sitting there, right, with the eat ass face, like, what the hell did I just do? And so I'm like, well, that just proved my point. He left me here stranded. I look on my phone, I see a link for an Uber. My Uber was outside. I want to tell you, those words never resonated any deeper with me. So before you try to date, hurt people hurt people. Bitter people create more bitter people. Heal yourself first before you try to be.
Homie was just doing the most at this point. You know, the forehead kiss and you ordering her an Uber and all of that. Did it happen? Could it have happened in a movie? Is she lying? I'm not saying she's lying, but it's just a little bit far-fetched. And to go that far and this happened, it just sounds a little far-fetched.
With someone else. You don't want your emotional baggage weighing into the next situation. Peace and blessings.
Overall, guys, it's a good message what she's saying, because a lot of people on this channel, we go off of what happened to us in our past. We're afraid of what may happen, so on and so forth. But anytime we enter any new relationship, we should have the individualistic approach, right? Women, we see on social media how they say about guys, you know, the guys are this, guys are like this, so on and so forth. And we have guys saying the same thing. But the fact of the matter is, people go through trauma and breakups. People get ghosted. People get hurt. People have animosity inside. But as I said on my posts, which some folks got upset about, it's all about introspection. You need to figure out if something triggers you, then you need to heal it, guys. And it's not about simping, being feminine, accountability, and all this stuff like that. You should not. I know what she's talking about because I've done it myself. After not fully healing and having this trauma and going on trying to get into another relationship. And it shouldn't be like that. That's insecurity by you guys doing that. When you guys just jump into another relationship, or the whole saying, to get over one, you got to get under another one. In the case of a woman, you know what I'm saying? You know, a man, obviously, to get over one, you're going to have to get on top of another one, whatever. However you do your thing. But for you guys, according to you guys, missionary is simping. But that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, you when you start talking to women will spill. And you got women, I know they may have something to say about it, but you have to be able to make a woman feel comfortable and disarm a woman. That way you know what, especially if you're looking for a serious relationship, that way you know what type of woman you're dealing with. That's what that first date is for. It's an interview. So you know what you guys are dealing with. And you know whether you want to move forward or if this woman's going to be a pain in the ass, this woman's attached to this dude, you know, Tyrone is still in the picture, so on and so forth. But if you want to smash, you know, or just keep her, you know, as that, then you know, you make it a fun experience. But if you are really looking for something serious, you need to know who you are. You don't need to be getting in a relationship, especially if you're tied to another person. These soul ties you guys like to talk about, this woman still has your heart. Or whoever, I know women are watching the same thing. This man has your heart. You have to get over that, guys. You have to be secure with yourself. Like I said in that Dr. Sabi video I did, it's about self-love, the cultivation, and I can't speak. It sounds like something repetitive that we hear over and over, guys, but once you realize who you are and you're secure with yourself and you're not looking for that security in another, then nobody can touch you, man. It's like you're all powerful, man. You possess all the infinity gems, man. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Calendly, Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my products and merch on there as well. And with that being said, this is wisdom. Peace be upon you all and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.